So yeah guys, my name is Kumar, you are watching me. Let's start today's video without any further delay. So basically this video is going to be routine of 21st June 2025 and today is Saturday. So basically in this video I'm going to proceed you like what is actually happened in my previous routine video and what is actually not happened. So let's start today's video without having any further delay. So today first of all I wake up, then after that I wash my mouth, then after the basically tomorrow is my School of Open University, that means sole exam, right, of company law subject, right. So basically after that I studied, then after some time later I had certain previous days of routine video, right. Then I ate food, and after some time later I went outside and came home. Then at the time of evening I ate food, and after some time later I went for this thing. So basically guys, this is the thing what is actually happened in my today's routine video. I hope you have really understood this video. If you have really understood this video, then kindly please like it, because whenever you like some videos it really motivates me and encourages me to upload more and more videos at a very continuous manner. So now in this video I'm going to revise some taxation topics, right. So in revenue expenditure as well as capital expenditure, I read four examples. Now I am continuing from where I skipped, right. So now fifth example. Fourth is object of the transaction. Now fifth is fixed capital versus circulating capital. An item an item of disbursement may be regarded as of a capital nature when it is related to fixed capital, whereas it is related to a circulating capital of stock in trade. It would be treated as revenue expenditure. An item of disbursement may be regarded as of a capital nature when it is related to a fixed capital, whereas if it is related to circulating capital or stock in trade, it would be treated as revenue expenditure. Now sixth is expenditure on removing restriction. Okay, where the assessee has an existing right to carry on a business. Any expenditure made by it during the course of business for the purpose of removal of any restriction or obstruction or disability would be on revenue account, provided the uh, expenditure does not result in the acquisition of any capital asset. Now seventh is payment made to rival dealer to ward off competition in business would constitute capital expenditure. Now eighth is if the expenditure is incurred for the initial outlay or for extension of business or substantial replacement of extension for extension of business or substantial replacement of equipment, it is capital expenditure. But if it is incurred for running the business or is paid out as part of the process of profit making, it is revenue in character. If expenditure is incurred for ensuring the regular supply of raw material, maybe for period extending over several years, it is on revenue account. When an owner incurs expenditure on additions in a building which enhances its value, the expenditure can be of a capital nature. But if the tenant incurs an expenditure on a rented building for its renovation, it does not acquire any capital asset, because the building does not belong to him, and ordinarily such an expenditure will be of a revenue nature. Acquisition of the goodwill of the business is acquisition of a capital asset, and therefore its purchase price would be capital expenditure. Expenses incurred by the assessee for the purpose of creating, securing or completing the title is a capital expenditure, and on the other hand, if such expenses are incurred for the purpose of protecting the same, it is revenue expenditure. Okay, so this is all what is actually is here. I'll talk about. Just a second guys. So yes, so basically in this video I'm going to revise diversion of income and application of income. So first is basically here is written one line, that is there is a very thin line of difference between diversion of income and application of income. So if I talk about diversion of income, so that includes where by virtue of an obligation income is diverted before it reaches to the assessee. It is known as diversion of income and it is not taxable. Even if the assessee were to collect the income, he does not on behalf of the person to whom it is payable. Example: A, B, and C are co-authors of a book. The publisher of the book gave the whole royalty of rupees 6 lakh to A. A paid rupees 2 lakh to B and C each. Such payment is not an application of income but diversion of income. Now, application of income. Whereas application of income means to discharge an obligation, which is grat- gratuitous, grati- gratuitous. Basically, I'm unable to pronounce this. Gratuitous. Basically, I know the correct pronunciation, so I am highlighting and I will search in Google. Okay, or self-imposed. After such income reaches the assessee and hence it is taxable. Example: the company distributes its profit among the shareholders in form of dividend. Such dividend are taxable. Okay, so this is all, guys, what is actually till yet happened, and to the upcoming videos I would like to discuss four more topics, right? So till yet I think that it is all enough for today, but my average videos period length minimum 10 minutes, but till yet I had only completed 6 minutes 18 seconds, so I have to talk till 10 minutes, right? So there is some definition I'm going to learn. So tax planning, it is a way to reduce tax liability by taking full advantage provided by the act through various exemptions, deductions, rebates, and relief. Feature: tax planning is a practice to follow the uh, tax planning is a practice to follow the provisions of law within the moral framework. Okay, and objective of tax planning is to reduce tax liability by applying by law. Okay, now approach of tax planning is: it is futuristic and positive in nature. The planning is made today to avail benefits in future. Benefit of tax planning is generally arises in long run. Treatment of law of tax planning, it uses benefits of the law. Now practice of tax planning is: it is tax saving. Need, it is desirable. Morality, it is moral in nature. Now if I talk about tax avoidance, it is it is an exercise by which the assessee legally takes advantage of the loopholes in the act. Tax avoidance is a practice of bending the law without breaking it to reduce the tax liability to the minimum by applying a script of law only. It is futuristic but short term in nature, as loophole of the law will be corrected in future by amendments of the law. Generally arises in short run. It uses loopholes in the law. It is tax hedging. It is avoidable. It is immoral in nature. Okay. Now, tax evasion or concealment. It is the illegal way to reduce tax liability by deliberately suppressing income or sale or by increasing expenses, etc., which results in reduction of total income of the assessee. Tax evasion is illegal both in script and model. To reduce tax liability by applying minimum by applying script of law only. It is okay. Unfair means not minimum by applying script of law only. So to reduce tax liability by applying unfair means it is concerned with past and applied after uh, the liability of tax has arisen. It is done with negative approach to avail benefits by killing the model of law. Generally, benefits do not arise, but it causes penalty and prosecution. It overrules the law. It is tax concealment. It is objectionable. It is illegal. Now, if I talk about tax management, it is a procedure to comply with the provisions of the law. Okay, it is implementation or execution part of taxation department of an organization to comply with the provisions of laws. It is a continuous approach which is concerned with past rectification, revisions, etc., present filling of return, etc., and future corrective action. Penalty, interest, and prosecution can be avoided. It implements the law. It is tax administration. It is essential. It is duty. So yes, guys. Uh, so basically, guys, this is all, guys, what is actually happened, and till yet I have revised some of the basic topics, right? So I think that it is all enough for today. So yes guys, let's end the video guys. See you, Radhe. Bye bye.